Angies G-Spot is a quirky country pub nestled on the banks of the Vlugt River at the tiniest of hamlets called Vlugt, which is in the middle of the longest pass in South Africa, the Prince Alfreds Pass. The offbeat humour hits you at the entrance with a sign which pronounces hot beer, lousy food, bad service and cuck accommodation. This is the story of Harold and Angie Beaumont. Harold uncovered Angies G-Spot in a most unusual way. On a motorbike ride from their home in Plettenberg Bay along the gravel road towards Uniondale, they decided on the spur of the moment to pull off the Prince Alfred's Pass at Vlugt to have a braai next to the river. After swimming, eating and soaking up the country sunshine, they headed back to Plettenberg Bay with a treasure chest full of memories. The experience they shared that day, where Angie repeatedly said what a great spot this was, she finally proclaimed to Harold that she had at last found her G-Spot. This convinced them that one day they should have a property along this river. Some time later, Harold took his motorbike for a service to the KTM dealer. There he met another biker whose friend had a property for sale along the river. To cut a long story short, Harold and Angie phoned that person, met with them in George and drove to view the property. Travelling on the N9 and a dirt road for about 1.5 hours, they arrived amazed and excited at exactly the same spot that they had had a braai that memorable day. Having no services on the property like electricity and water suited their needs, and it wasn't long before they agreed on a price. The very next day they moved in, and Harold took a piece of wood and wrote with a Koki pen the sign Angies G-Spot. And the rest, as they say, is history. The facility is popular with the biking fraternity and offers basic backpackers-style accommodation and a surprisingly good menu where the food is delicious and the beer is ice cold. Take time to explore the surrounds, where you will come across a half-buried Ford Prefect station wagon, a magnificent snakeskin on the bar, and a trio of dogs with weird eyes. The atmosphere is totally laid back, with more than a hint at the hippie era. The tranquil amber waters of the Vlugt River trickle gently by, creating a perfect setting that you will unlikely find anywhere else in South Africa. Once you have visited Angies G-Spot, you will easily understand why the Beaumonts fell in love with this perfect piece of paradise.